You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Drive-Thru, the series where I talk about my many exploits in the workplace, and today we're going back to the drive-thru itself, back to when I worked in the fast food industry, for quite possibly the most exciting thing that ever happened to me while I worked there. Now, there's a reason I haven't told this story before, and I'll get into it later, but it's definitely one for the books. It's something interesting. So, it was a normal day. I was working on my manager, who we refer to as Rimmer's shift, and one of our regular customers came through. Now, this regular customer was a bit of a shady guy. He always had a lot of duffel bags in his back seat. You never know exactly what it was. And he always seemed a bit off, but we always just kind of brushed it off. Well, one day I was working the night shift, and this guy came in, and I could see that his shirt had some strange stains on it, some red stains. I wasn't exactly sure what to think of it, but he ordered his Big Mac like he always did, and he ordered it with extra sauce, as always. So then he went and sat down and started eating his Big Mac, but he then requested that we give him his liver and onions, which I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, because obviously we don't sell liver and onions in fast food. So when he asked for the liver and onions, I was a bit thrown off, but nevertheless, it was still something that I was like, sir, we don't serve that. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry, wrong restaurant. But anyway, I look back, and he has his duffel bag sitting next to him at the table, and I can see into the duffel bag, and in it is just a bunch of money. I don't know why, it's odd. To make a long story short, after he finished his meal, he came up to the register, and he pulled out a gun. Like, this is not a joke, he pulled out an actual gun. And he started demanding all the money in the register. Of course, procedure is we're supposed to give him all the money in the register, so I started doing that. But then I thought, now is my chance. So we have this little safe on the floor. It's real heavy, motherfucker, hard to lift. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try and stop this. So I pick up this safe, and I chuck it at the guy, and it knocks him over. Well, that knocked him unconscious, so we immediately called the police. While he was unconscious, the police searched through his duffel bag and found several fake passports and a bunch of pictures of women that had gone missing in the area. And to make a long story short, this guy was actually a serial killer. And if it wasn't for me picking up this heavy safe on the floor and throwing it at him, this guy would have gone on to kill many more people. So far, he has over 600 confirmed victims and is actually being put to death in about 10 years. So, you know, I feel pretty proud of myself being a hero and stopping a serial killer. But you may be wondering, I mentioned earlier that there wasn't a reason for telling this story before. And obviously that reason is because this is all an April Fool's joke, because of what today is. And if you believed any of this, there's clearly something wrong with you, because this is probably one of the stupidest things I've made up just on the spot. So let me know exactly when you found out in the video that this was fake. Because obviously none of it happened. But anyway, this is Fugitive Red-Eye. You have a great day.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red-Eye.